Well, hello there and good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I am Frost PDP, and today we are playing Crusader Kings 2, Norse-East-O-Rama, episode 78. This is like our first Thursday in forever. And, oh god, this number is very big. It is the main size. It is because we won the crusade for Greece, and, frankly, I'm a little intimidated to play through this just because it's frustrating, but, you know, what choice do we have, right? So we got this little guy over here who, unless he's retinue, I don't really care. Not my guys. I'm going to stand down all of my levies. Just dismiss realm levies. Dismiss personal levies. Let them start rebuilding. Holy Order will now cost 20 bucks to maintain. Problem is I have factions. And I really don't want a civil war right now because my retinue is just not in place for it. I mean, it's strong retinue, it's just not in place. We'll get to retinue in a minute because we had a lot to do with it. But, I mean, elective succession would be bad for me, obviously. And I can't easily bribe any of these guys out of the faction. Maybe this guy. But... what are your factors for me right now? Commander, technology, you're a duke. You got land. I could bribe you with more land. We'll start by sending a gift. See what it'll do. 28 opinion, 48, that's 6. Carry the 178, 6, that's not quite enough. I give him some other title. It's 80, and I think 80 is the break point for breaking out of factions. Lunatic, Great Pox, successful treatment of the Great Pox. Yeah, send him a gift. It's 90 ducats. It matters because I have a lot of title creation to do, but you know, and award an honorary title of whatever the hell this is, and that should theoretically pull him out of the faction. So that will weaken it. The Joms Vikings, I mean, the monthly cost is 20 ducats to keep them raised. I gave you so much land. What happened? I mean, do I have to kill my family to deal with this? Like, this sucks. I don't want to do that. What's the game think my levies are at? Not much. Simply not accurate. The biggest challenge is definitely going to be assigning these titles. So what I did is I made a handy little T-chart. Now I can't show you that because I don't have like a camera or anything, but a T-chart is what it sounds like. You make a T, so just follow my mouse, you make a line, then you make another line. And on the left I put people, and on the right I put titles that I would want to give them. So for example, this guy who's in charge of Famagusta, who's my steward, I want to grant you the landed title of Limassol, which is going to take forever to find, but, and I want to include all lower titles, but as you see, that lowers my threat by nothing. It boosts his opinion by 100, and it's this title right here which completes his land, right? So now he controls the whole island, which itself is the Duchy of Cyprus, which now he has the land to create. I don't want to pay to create it if he can create it. He's my steward, he's good at money, let him create it. 367 ducats, let him create it and become a duke, right? So he'll now be the Duke of Cyprus, which is good for him. It doesn't really make him any better, but he's a duke level vassal. I could always put chiefdoms under him if I need to. Alright, the next thing I wanted to do is Bjorn of Gallienda. Who the hell is that? He's this guy. He's just a commander, but he's a good commander, and I want to keep him as my commander. So, instead of burying him under feudalism, I'm going to boost him up out of feudalism, and I want to give him the Duchy of Epirus, which is this duchy here. Control doesn't do it. So it doesn't exist, so I have to create it. So I create the duchy. Now I'm going to grant it to him. Grant landed title, Jarldom of Epirus, include lower. Why is my vassals against him? Turning a favor to me, you're angry at me. You're a malcontent too. First of all, you guys even belong on the council. You're my advisors, aren't you? You do, you're powerful vassals. You'll council support me. I'm gonna need this anyway. The reason I'm gonna need this is because I have to give a lot of land to my own dynasty, and eventually they're gonna get really pissed if I try to do that, so... I wonder if that's an instantaneous change, or if it's gonna take a minute. If I have to, like, wait for the letter to get there. Okay. So obviously it's gonna take a minute for the letter to get there. So let's just wait for a minute. The Knights Templar. Oh, good. This is tragedy. Okay, let's try this one more time. Because being over my domain limit by like 100 is probably bad. Jarldom of Epirus, the council agrees. Good, done. So now he controls this. And he's still a great commander. He's a good dude. Skav is in the de jure Duchy of Aegean Islands, which I could create and grant to them, but that could be weird. So I'd rather grant them the individual counties, and I want to make sure I grant them the county as well as everything below it. So I have to make sure to always click this little button here. Grant you that. Grant you... what else is in your de jure duchy? Eboia, I think. Eboia and Naxos. Landed title Naxos. Grant landed title Eboia. Okay, so now this is all de jure under the same duke. It is his actual duchy. It shouldn't really be Skav, it should be Aegean Islands, but he might double duke himself. Good for him, right? Like, I don't care. He wants to become king of Greece. I'm not going to give him that. Sorry, not happening. Alright. I want to keep Constantinople. I know that's a short-term decline, but, like, just look. I mean, final garrison side is 138, 1,000, right? And I don't even have Housecarl training centers there. And I don't have the ability to even rebuild troops there, really. Levy size, 200%. That expires in a year. So keeping Constantinople is going to be tricky, but I want to do it. And that's at the cost of Lincolnshire, probably. Unless I want to give something else away that's within... I mean, I could. Now that I think about it, keeping Constantinople, I don't want to give away my capital, but I don't mind giving these two away, because they're not that powerful. This is part of the de jure Duchy of Östergötland, which is my de jure duchy, so I have to keep that. But I don't have to keep, because that's like a bonus because of de jure capital, right? Capital duchy plus 25%. So it's just nice to have. But this is not the capital duchy. This is Varend. This is de jure part of Smaland. Which is this guy's. But then he's under a vassal, so he might not like me, but he can't do much about me. And I know there's a peasant revolt there, which is annoying. Alright. So, let's try not to ruin our running checklist here. We've dealt with Famagusta. We've dealt with Galindia. We've dealt with Skav. Anhalt. Well, do I want to go with Anhalt next? I mean, I have council support pretty much guaranteed, so they're not going to care too much about my dynasty. And there's some that I haven't even decided on who I would give. Like, what do I say to some of these things? So, Nicaea. Theme of Nicaea. I'd have to usurp it. No big deal. Cost me 100 gold. Yoink. I want to grant the capital to my... Is that what I want to give to my son? I'm going to give it to my second son. This guy. I know he's a shit character, right? Like, he's terrible. In fact, I want to arrange his marriage before I do anything stupid. Well, just out of curiosity. Genius, no. Strong, no. Quick. There's a quick. She has lover's pox. She's cruel, she's trusting. Kraka, Gidja of Torsas. Yeah, I mean... I don't have any reason not to, right? She's quick. She's gonna boost the gene pool. So we're gonna do that before we actually marry our second son off. You're also content. You're also a shitty character. You're gonna be terrible to play as. Like, you're a terrible heir. Can I plot to kill you? No, I can't. Damn it. Well, for you, I had decided on Achaea. De jure duchies. Wow, they're all the same color, huh? That makes it easy. Achaea. Alright. So I'm going to grant this to you. I know this is not the most fun stuff to be watching, but it's important because basically this is how you salvage a situation like this, where you're over your vassal limit, you're over your this, you're over your that. What do you do? Well, I'm going to get rid of some vassals in a bit, so don't panic. Just chill. I want to make sure I create the Duchy of Achaea. Now I want to grant you the Duchy of Achaea. And make sure I include all lower titles. So now my son is at least a duke. I don't still hold any of this, do I? No, good. Okay, Crete. Did I have something for Crete? Strykar of Vexin. So Vexin is this little county up in France that really isn't doing me much good right now, right? Like, you would think, oh, this is kind of pointless. What's up with that? Well, if I grant him the island of Crete, he's at least got 2 areas, and you never know, maybe he'll do something useful. So this is the county of Chandax, Duchy of Crete. Maybe I'll leave it to him to produce. Khania and Chandax. Okay. We have to go back to Vexen. Grant landed title. I'm never going to remember them. Khania. Including all lower. Grant landed title. Chandax. Include lower titles. Okay. So now he's been at least made a triple count. He's pretty strong now. And I can check him off my list. That just balances my realm a little bit. Because now he's got a higher levy. I mean, like, granted, it's not up here. But at least it'll keep Flanders from thinking of eating him anytime soon. I am going to want to grant, like, one county of each of these to the king of the different kings that I have. Because I want to be able to summon my troops down here if I ever have a problem. If Byzantines make a move for me, I need to be able to defend that. So having my strong kingdoms down here is essential. Right? Like, that's vital. Already the faction's down to 88, so that's good. That's a good sign. We're not going to mess with the theme of Crete for now. I'm sorry, Thessalonica for now. My second son, I have to wait until he confirms the marriage, or else he'll do something stupid. Queen of Pomerania. Okay, for starters, I want to transfer some vassals to Pomerania. And remember, Pomerania, the queen is not of my dynasty, and I know this guy is in the faction against me for some stupid-ass reason. But if I transfer the vassalage of Divna and Pomori to her rather, transfer vassalage, it just gets rid of them as a thing. So that's two counts that I'm minus now, and now I have room for my son as a vassal. But it makes Pomerania like this, right? Like, now Pomerania's pretty strong. Now I could create the Kingdom of Perm, which would be interesting because I could grant it to one of my sons, who would then have de jure claims over this. But I don't think he's really going to slow down on taking it anyway. He's a title claimant and he's ambitious. That's a problem. He's a nuisance. I don't really like him. You, on the other hand, you're my kinfolk. You like me a little bit. You're a title claimant, but you're not an ass about it. In fact, you're a gardener. County of Shropshire? Where the hell even is that? Whatever, I don't care. It's so inconsequential right now. You know, like, this is going to be an episode now. Literally, the episode ended. And we're not even done assigning land. So technically, I shouldn't even end this episode because we're trying to assign land. But, you know, by the same token, like, I'm trying to keep the timetables here. So that's a problem. So, one more. Rye of Anhalt. Anhalt is up here. Now, this guy is a count. He's my vassal. He's also a commander. He's a pretty, actually not so great commander. Maybe I don't want him. He's Craven. Moral defense, -8. He's got good stats, but, you know, I don't really want him as a commander. I mean, I could find... See, that's another thing I can do. If I bury this guy, I can find... Yeah, you know what? We're going to give him to Orleans. Yeah, transfer him to Orleans. Sorry, Dyer. You're a commander, but you're not that good. So, let's cross him off the list. So that means I have Cypriot that I'm not giving out. And I'm down another vassal, so I have 2 I can appoint. So that's good, because I can actually now form a duchy for a new commander, that's really good, right? I mean, I can search my realm for men who are my religion, my culture, not in prison, not a ruler, martial score. Oh my lord, look at that. He's blind, but he's pretty freaking good. Lightfoot. We got a lot of good commanders that I can grant land to. So, this is a good thing. Transferring away a crappy commander is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, even an average commander, you might get better. So, let that be a lesson. So now Orleans. Wait, did I transfer you to Orleans? I did. Okay, so I gotta remember to give, like, Bourbon something, because I don't think I boosted Bourbon at all. I don't think I have Norway over here. I only have Switbod. That's a shame. Well, I'm going to take a break here, but we're going to get back to this next episode. And I know the next few episodes are going to be bureaucracy. They're not going to be fun. But, hey, we won a crusade. That's what matters. I want to thank you all for joining me, and as always on this channel, La Paz.